I got the phone call from Michael, and he told me that he had some records that belonged to a Mr. Del Signori on 65 Irving Avenue. And I said, well, I live there. That's where I was brought up. He said, well, these records are from 1952. Then I said, they must have been some records that I had sent home from the days that I was in Camp Pendleton. And he said he had looked me up on his computer, and he was interested if I knew anything about these records. I said, yes, I sent them to my folks. And he says, I'll be glad to send them to you if you want them. My niece gave all my father's old recordings to the Purple Heart Fund. And through them, they must have sent it down to Maryland. It was like bringing back old days. I remember very clearly making these records. We used to have a place on the base, or shortly out of the base, I don't recall, where you could go down and make a little recording. Instead of a letter, you would send a little record like this, and you talk into it, and they would have a verbal letter instead of a written letter. We could leave, there'd be 3 or 4 days where I wouldn't be writing to them, so I would send them a record instead, and they would know why they weren't getting mail for 3 or 4 days. And they're old-time records. They're only 78 RPM, and most of the players today are 33 or 45. So we can't play them right now, but I basically know what they were all about. See, he says, skips but still playable, so he didn't get too much on that one. I guess you can't tell him. I made the record that I was going to ship out in a couple of weeks to Korea. I was an auto mechanic, but when I was being rotated, when you're taken off the line, you bring it into the rear area before you come over. They delouse you and everything else, you know. And for that week, there was extensive battles going on. So the mail is the least priority when you're in Korea. If you got battles going on, you're moving ammunition, and so for a whole week my mother didn't get any mail, and she read in the papers every day, extensive battles. I remember she was getting gray. She used to call her every day. Did you get any mail? Did you get any mail? And she would say, yeah, I got a letter today, even though she didn't. Very touching. Long time ago.
It sure is.